Next up on ijdm, we're going to take a look at how to use the Digilink DOS software and see exactly what it does and what some of the features are it has in this amazing program. Coming up next.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
All right, wow, I'm still in awe every time I fire this up. I had a heck of a time because I don't have a lot of stuff that other YouTubers have because I'm just a starter kind of thing, even though I've been doing this, I think, what, 2-3 years now. I had to go from a VGA connection to HDMI to an HDMI encoder. Is that a normal thing to do? I mean, the picture's a little fuzzy, but it's workable. I mean, you can see it and it's fine. I'm sure there's some kind of adjustment I could do, but also keep in mind that this is probably, this is essentially low-res video being up-res to like a 4K monitor, so you're going to see every little, artifact and so forth. But let's go ahead and get started. Enough rambling on today. On air, okay, and then we got to pick what mode. Now, if I understand these modes correctly, and going back to up above, on air is basically where you do your thing. If you're on air and you're one of the announcers or DJs talking on the air, then that's the main mode that you use. The next one down is production. That's obviously used to import or record audio and do various functions as far as editing. News is self-explanatory. It's basically for news-based stuff. I think it's locked out on this particular system. I don't know how to unlock it, and I can't honestly remember what was in there. And maybe just news feeds for all I know, but I cannot remember what that's used for. Schedules is self-explanatory. It's where all your scheduling goes for your what they call jocks in this program, known as a radio jock, and do your various like block setup and so forth. And I don't know if I'm going to cover that in detail, but we're going to try to break this up in different sections. Today is just basically your rundown on this program. So let's go ahead and go into manual mode. Very good. All right. And because there's a schedule preloaded with this ABC star station, that's basically a remnant from the scheduling of whoever had this Digilink before. So obviously, for 4 minutes, it looks like they ran the ABC newsfeed probably at the top of the hour. It was a normal thing. They'd run it. Some stations ran it for 2.5, for 3 minutes, and then some for 4, some for the full 5 or 6 minutes or whatever. So we can go ahead and just clear that out of there. And if I remember where you hit it and then you hit clear, yeah, look at that. Easy peasy. All right, well, let's set up just a basic little thing. And I obviously cannot play too much of any song. You're going to hear the audio from the speakers rather than me piping it into this my recording device, simply because I kind of want it to be a little muffled and different sounding. I think there's less of a chance of a copyright strike if I do it that way. And even then, I'm only going to let the music actually play for a few seconds at a time. Trust me, the full song is there. I put it in the system ahead of time. Next thing we'll do is we'll just do Down and Under. Yeah, I worked at kind of an 80s station, so that was kind of a cool thing. And then you would have a break. So we'll go to spot. And this is really weird. There's like a weird delay on the mouse because it's going through so many converters. So we'll do that commercial, and then we'll do an ID. Yep, that's how you do it. And then we'll do one more piece of music. We'll just do Billy Ocean. It is an ocean kind of day outside with the sun, and I think it's almost 90 degrees here in Tampa Bay. All right, moving on. Your categories over here I should have went through first before I loaded the list, but sequence I'm not fully sure of. I'll recall as I relearn the system. I just started picking up a few things that I'm realizing how all the stuff I've forgotten over the years. Sources to put in a source like what you saw with the news, you can manually schedule that in there as well. Music IDs, jingle liners, effects, news, promo, PSA spot, weather, that's all self-evident. That's where you'd store that type of audio. And music I just set up in this category because this unit, I couldn't find any drives that actually had music on them. And I don't know if it was a lockout function or a special function for these systems when you added the music on, because I cannot figure out how to import music into the system. There's an unlock function, but I don't think any of the drives I got actually had the music thing embedded. If I come across any of the clone drives, I'll obviously be able to show more of that, but it's just where music was stored. I mean, I got a few cuts in there, so that's good to go there. Normally your music would be preloaded from Digilink and when you buy the drive, and I don't remember how that worked exactly. Now, before we go into that, we're just going to go on a few more other features. Record, I don't think really works in the main screen. And it also serves as a save button, if I remember right. Auditions, if you just want to audition and hear it in the studio and it not go out over the air. Play 1's your primary playback. Play 2 would be if you basically want to play a liner or something, or play something simultaneously, then you could hit play 2 and play 2 overlapping audio files. And cue and stop are pretty much the same function. And stop on this unit is very confusing because it doesn't actually stop the unit. For the unit to stop, it actually has to hit a live manual trigger for it to actually stop doing anything for a while. So when you see that live manual trigger, then you have to go ahead and hit the stop button again to make it restart. Or the play button, I believe, as well, which we'll try the play button instead of the stop button. See if that works in a moment. Next up, we have production, and we're just gonna look at recording something. So we'd go in here, put new file, and then this is where the screen where we could basically say, well, we want to put in a new commercial. So we'll say S3001. Spot title is Spots Cats. Data. Data. Okay. Yeah, somebody's gonna get that inside joke there. There was something going on with that. And then the commercial is usually 30 minutes, but because we're gonna be capturing it live, we'll say we're gonna set this at 33. And we do want that to auto trim itself, which I don't think this function ever worked very well personally, which why I jumped to okay is beyond me. Cross in, cross out, we're not gonna change that, it's more for music. Yeah, we'll record it in stereo and then compress it 2 to 1. Why not? I'm pretty sure the 2 to 1 compression on this system was it was pretty good for back in the day, if I remember right. And so we'd hit OK, and then once we're ready, we hit record. And see, it's waiting. It's waiting for a trigger from the audio. So I don't have that, so I'm just going to hit keyboard, and it's recording. See it turn from red to yellow? Yeah. So once the spot's recorded, and then obviously it'll go into whatever category. Obviously this one went into my music category, so there is Spots Cats. Yeah, that doesn't belong there, but we'll move that later. And of course, if you want to edit a file, if you did not compress it, then you could go in, but if you did try to compress it, it would give you this little thing. And, nope, sorry, not allowed to do that. And I don't know if any of these audio tunes. Okay, there we go. That one was not compressed when I put it in there. So there you can see the audio thing. And look at that, how familiar. Even back in the 90s, yeah, we still did audio editing very much the same, or I should say digital audio editing, pretty much the same. But we're not going to do anything with that, so we'll hit stop, which also serves as escape. And that's basically your edit function. Transfers, if you want to transfer it to another station, you had another Digilink in another studio, then you could easily do that. Like I said, news will not let me go into it. Schedules. This is where you adjust the various schedules. I'm not going to go into, or this will be a separate video if somebody is interested in it. It's where you schedule your satellite programming, or if it's manual, or if it's automatic. This is where you schedule you basically set that up. So if I hit that and go into it, then it shows the schedule. And air schedule is basically, I think it's this one where you can actually change the, yeah. So I just got 8 and 1. Yeah, that's it. And that's where you have it. If it's usually a satellite source, it'll be like in the 20s, if I remember right, depending on the station setup. And then if it was being handled locally by a DJ in the booth, then it would be usually 1 and then their DJ number, if they even have that assigned. And here's where the different names would be assigned on there. And then clocks is just, I can't explain this one right off, but we'll, like I said, we'll go back into scheduling a later time. This is mostly about the on-air function and checking this whole thing out. Now that we're back to the main screen, let's go ahead and let's see this thing work. And I do apologize, there's a fan off camera right now. It's keeping the CPU cool until I get some little fans in to put in there to help that thing keep it from overheating. I know it probably won't, but I just want it to last at this point. So we're going to go ahead, and this is a manual trigger, so we're going to hit play, and there's your music. And then if you stop, it obviously advances to the next song. Yeah, there it is. It's playing music and a commercial.
It's the event of a lifetime. 100,000 people from 50 states in over 60 countries, all gathering for this landmark event. Be there in the park August 2nd. Don't miss out as 10,000 people get together for what? Nothing. Yes, nothing. That's 1,000 people in the park.
All 80s, all the time. 88.8 ZXV.
And if anybody wants to, and I may make just a video that's pretty much just like we'll say YouTube music playing, something that's copyright free, and basically you can just watch the system operating, kind of have like a virtual thing of it that you can watch the video of. I'll see, like I said, how much interest there is in this video and whether all the effort I put into it is really going to be worth it in the end. That will do it for this ijdm. We are going to have more episodes on this scattered throughout the next probably 10, maybe 20 episodes here and there. We will have reviews, we will have more retro tech, but our primary focus for a while is going to be kind of on radio technology and that type of thing. If you enjoyed that video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you know somebody might be interested, let them know. And if you haven't, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.